The Ravens Flock presents Theblackfiles, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all your friends. It is Wednesday night, and I want you all to enjoy yourselves. This is a very special edition of the uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromising, unedited interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. Welcome to a brand new episode of Theblackfiles. Did I?
Absolutely. Welcome to another exciting edition here. It is Wednesday, July 13th.
2022, the year of our Lord and all that good jazz.
What do you mean, the year of our Lord?
What I mean, Angel, is that we numerate our Roman calendar using the ahistorical lifespan and death of Jesus Christ as year zero.
I see. Jesus Christ.
Indeed. I wish I'd thought ahead far enough to actually put a filter on to make us look like we're in the codec. But
you should have put on the headband and the eye patch. I know you have one of those.
I do, but not right now, unfortunately. I don't have the eye patch, but I'll have to do. Welcome everybody to the Theblackfiles. I'm your host, Juan Arauz, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the man behind the curtain, and just like the Wizard of Oz, I may not be a gigantic, floaty, big, giant head, but I've got my own measure of badass in my own small ways. Joining me tonight are the usual suspects. Joining me via remote satellite in the Fox Archipelago's islands of Alaska is the host of Los Amigos Play, the living head of the Ravens Flock, and a man with a million opinions and zero apologies. Give it up for Angel Mendez, everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angel. I'm trying to properly do a YouTube episode, my friends, but I am too dummy thick, and the clap of my gigantic ass cheeks keeps alerting the YouTube community. Pretty tasty.
Pretty tasty. And of course, joining us on here as well is the founder of the Ravens Flock, the host of our flagship channel program, and the host of Wrestle Rewind. Man with the man with the plan, the man who was having tech issues of his own, and sadly I don't give enough of a damn to actually help him with it this time. Give it up for Jose Casabona, everyone.
Hey.
Bitch, please. I'm a badass in every sense of the word. I'm so badass, I fix my own tech issues.
Right,
yes.
For example. So you were saying, Angel?
He used the legendary technique of have you tried turning it off and then turning it on again.
Ha! Holy crap. Yeah, I was actually going to go there. But you beat me to it, Angel. Or perhaps I was too polite to not do it myself.
Politeness.
It's a meme, Angel.
What do you mean,
the
memes?
DNA of the soul.
Folks, DNA of the soul.
Oh my goodness,
folks, you are in for a fucking treat.
But before we get to that, Juancho, I do like to mention that much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. And finally, leave your questions and comments down below and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
Yes.
Thank you for the housekeeping there, Joe. We appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone on the chat tonight. I see Gene Rick, Nikki Bella, and I see Hassan Terrell up in the chat here as well, folks. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
And let me see here. Let's see. Gene Rick says they're just relaxing today before the work week starts again. I'm glad that you're actually able to relax over here, Gene Rick. In case you can't tell, we're geeking out. We're about to get our groove on. Today, July 13th, 2022, marks the 35th anniversary of the very first game of one of the most exciting and influential video game franchises ever, Metal Gear, which is of course the predecessor of the Metal Gear Solid video games. All of them have this weird little 16-bit, not even 16-bit, like 8-bit freaking graphic game to thank for the glory of this. So, you guys are in for a friggin' treat. Angel.
Oh yeah, of course.
Indeed.
You cannot talk about all the popular Metal Gear Solid games without talking about Metal Gear. You know, that has to come up in the conversation.
Obviously, most people forget about the Metal Gear franchise because usually they remember Metal Gear Solid, and to be fair, those games were extremely old when they came out. But there's no denying that at the time, they more or less redefined a completely new genre of video gaming. Well, I wouldn't go as far as to call it completely new, but it was one that was at the time woefully underrepresented. And it was, hilariously enough, created by the simple problem of software limitations.
Innovation is necessity is the mother of invention here. So, I shit you not. I'm actually just finding this out now, and go fucking figure. Let's give it, can we give a small round of applause for the blind squirrel that found itself a nut? For this broken clock that was right twice a day, and just happened to be right on one of the most important days it could be. Let's actually give a small round of applause to Konami, of all fucking things. Because they wound up going ahead and relisting, renewing the licenses for some of the historic footage, and relisting the Metal Gear video games because for all the digital storefronts on there. You see,
wow,
yeah, go
fucking
figure.
surprised.
I'm just finding this out now, and I hope you'll excuse me while I was letting you guys go on with the diatribe of epic glory. I'm actually doing a thing.
There we go. Hello. Is he Dimsdale Dimmadome from Dimsdale Dimmadome? Oh, no, the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Oh God.
Well, damn. Wow. Huh. Yep. He was also working on the other services like the cyberpunk visual novel, no, not Psychonauts, what's it called? Policenauts, which would ironically enough become the inspiration for many, many, many things that he would put in his franchise much later. The man was a fan of cyberpunk long before cyberpunk was even known or popular in the US. Cyberpunk, exactly. The game Cyberpunk. That's odd. Is there a problem?
Oh snap! They can't hear the main host.
We are experiencing some technical
hang on.
difficulties.
There we go.
Please hold.
Okay, I forgot to add the Blue Yeti onto our setup over here when I have this on.
Okay.
So I apologize for
We
that.
good?
They can hear you, Angel. They can't hear me. I was basically reading the articles for those of you who are reading along, so I appreciate your patience. So I apologize for that. There we go. You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Only on the Ravens Flock will you get live tech support just like this.
Has this become our running gag? Like, we literally cannot start a show without a technical difficulty?
Unfortunately, yes, and this is something we need to tighten up on.
Yeah, I blame Jose. I blame Jose.
Pain,
It's his channel. He's in charge. Everything. Blah, blah.
Fuck off! Jesus, man.
Once again, Joe, it is somehow all your fault.
Hey, Juan, how about you take some accountability for once?
I did. I accounted for my actions and then shifted the blame to you. Because
I
it's
believe
your
that
channel.
is called delegation.
Wow.
I'm fucking with you, man. Relax. You know I'm not being serious.
Sorry, manager Sam, but listen, we're celebrating a Japanese video game series. So this is now a Japanese business. And in Japanese business, the boss takes responsibility for the mistakes of the subordinates. I am sorry to tell you this, Joe, but this is literally all your fault. Take
You're
responsibility.
not even here!
I am here in spirit.
And that's the most important part. His spirit, it lives on. Considering that Angel's
To
been dead
this
inside
arm!
forever. That's not lie.
Oh,
You've
my
been dead
goodness.
inside for years, Angel.
All right, let's move on
why
before we go meta on cyber pork.
No, actually,
If nothing else, that means that we're pretty good at it.
Actually, yes, folks. Let's go ahead and throw up a cyber pork emoji here for Angel, if it's all right. He just invented a brand new genre of science fiction for everyone to enjoy.
But here's the thing, Juan. I didn't invent shit. There is an actual game about a pork who is a cyborg who is also a cop. I'm not kidding. This exists.
You're fucking kidding me.
I am not. I'm gonna find you the link later and I'm gonna push it to you. I don't know if it's called cyber pork specifically, but I know the pork is there and it's basically Demolition Man mixed with Terminator, and the story takes itself 100% seriously.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually just looked it up. There is no... Oh god. Okay, number one. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this, Angel. I did not think you're ready. Okay.
What is it called again?
No, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share the screen here for you and for your enjoyment. Where is it? You see that?
Yep.
I'm gonna share it with our lovely captive audience here too, folks. Enjoy the cyber pork future that Angel has brought you. Cyber pork 2076.
Christ.
Oh my god! I was just fucking around. I was just kidding. I wasn't being serious on any of this shit.
There are no jokes. There is only the starkly more hilarious reality. And I'm gonna find that fucking game, because now you got it in my head. This is all your fault.
No, remember, it's Jose's channel. It's all his fault.
God damn it. But I'm gonna find
No
it,
way to
and I'm gonna show you the
say-
link.
No comeback. No words to fail.
He's accepted the reality of it all.
I already got Angel. I'll get you too, Juan.
Get me with
Okay.
what? I haven't done anything.
Cyber pig game.
All
What
I'm
is it
doing
called?
I'll leave you with
Show
four.
on
I'll leave you
your
with
channel.
4 words of comfort. When you least actually no 5. When you least expect it.
What do you mean 5 words of comfort?
When you least expect it.
That's it. There's no escape. Wait, holy shit. Is it the one I think it is? Give me a second.
Okay.
Cyber? God damn it. Where the hell is it?
Okay,
Ugh.
getting back to
I'll find
Metal
it
Gear
later.
here, folks. As the article is stating here, it featured a series staple Solid Snake as he attempted to destroy the original Metal Gear, a nuclear missile launching mech. This is exactly the beauty and glory that it fucking deserves. It received a sequel in 1990 called Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, but the franchise would soon go quiet until Metal Gear Solid, which released in 1998 for the original PlayStation, shaping what would become one of the most iconic franchises in video games that ended with 2015's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Ha! Not in parentheses, not including the poorly received spin-off Metal Gear Survive.
Oh my god!
There it is. I found it. It's called Cyber Swine.
Cyber Swine.
Yeah, this is a real game that existed.
You gotta be shitting me. Oh my god!
It's there.
Do-gooder. The full name George Fox. Cyberswine, cybernetic police officer and the star of the Australian 1995-1997 comic book series and the video game. You gotta be shitting me.
No shit.
From Moby
Only
Games?
Stark Reality.
Hold on, from Moby Games?
Yeah.
I recognize that this company, this game producer. Hold on. No. What? No.
While Juan is looking this up, I would like to offer a bit of context. Kojima, aka Hideo Kojima, aka Hideo Kojimbo, aka that crazy son of a bitch, is a big fan of the West. He loves cyberpunk, he loves the American culture, and he outright went as far as to say that 70% of his body is composed of movies. In fact, there is a well-known secret that he wanted to be a movie director before he got into the video game area. And it shows. His games have a propensity for extremely long, very, very detailed cinematics where characters tend to explain, re-explain, and oftentimes over-explain concepts that have been said several times before. Almost the same way an average anime relies on excessive flashbacks, Hideo Kojima loves to rely on excessive exposition. Almost to the point that despite the fact that you can analyze many of his games to find many different meanings, the actual plot is pretty gosh darn straightforward. Surprisingly, because of his sheer eagerness to actually give you a good product, oftentimes his work comes off as charming instead of overexposed or pretentious. Honestly, one of the things that you cannot call him is pretentious because the man is 100% down with everything that he says and does.
2 seconds over here. Give me 2 seconds. I actually want to check something because now Nikki Bell is saying that there's no sound again. No, this gotta be sound.
It's not my fault this time. Nope. Yeah. I am absolving myself of this responsibility, and it's not 100% not my fault.
Okay.
Just like any politician, avoid accountability first and foremost.
Whatever, Angel. You're just looking for an opportunity to try to be right.
Well, yeah, bro. I got hired here by fucking contract. I'm like, if I'll talk shit, why am I even here for? But I digress. Juan, can they hear us yet?
All right. Give me a second. Okay, it sounds like they hear me. Okay, and they can hear me. Okay, so I want to know, folks, on the chat, if you can hear me, go ahead and hit number 1. If you can hear Angel and Jose, only hit number 2. If you can hear us both, hit number 3.
I was working on the railroad all goddamn day. But then my dad took me to the ball game.
I think I figured out what it was, is that I had the Yeti microphone a little too low. Is this better now, folks? Okay, I'm getting 3s for hearing both of us together, rather all 3 of us together.
What's
I'm going to check here. Waza, everyone. Yep. Red Eye's Obsolete, 83, and Shamanistic Unicorn's Him. Hello, folks. Welcome. Welcome to the Blackfiles. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We really do appreciate this. Now, getting back onto the topic, now that our audio is working.
No, hold on.
Right.
Gene Rick is saying that they only hear you.
Who is you?
Oh, they only hear me?
As in you and Angel.
What the fuck?
Ha ha!
Well,
so the tables have turned,
Juancho! No, Gene Rick meant 3. Nope. Okay, we're good. We're good. You still suck.
Damn it. Now then, as I was saying previously, Kojima has developed a reputation of being a very artistic, almost quite avant-garde game designer. The man goes 100% on his projects, even if it means going under schedule and over budget, he does not give a damn. No matter what happens, his vision has always been true to everything he ever wanted to show. One of the reasons why he redefined the stealth genre back in the heyday with the original Metal Gear is because he wanted to actually make it a straight-up action game, but due to the restrictions of the software, I forgot what machine did that game come out of.
It was the hardware. It was the MSX2.
Right. So the MSX2 unfortunately could not handle the sheer amount of enemies that he wanted to put on screen. Turns out that is one of the things that game developers tend to struggle a lot, even in today's increasingly technologically advanced market. Essentially, the machine couldn't handle that shit, so they had to remake the game from the scratch up. After all, if the game had very few enemies, there wouldn't be much way to make like a good action scene, so they decided to switch it over to stealth. And thus, I'm not gonna call it a new genre per se, a new game franchise was born. Throw in a couple of interesting twists and a surprisingly good story, and Kojima became a household name without even meaning to. Or at least, he wouldn't until the beginning of the PlayStation 1.
Oh my god, this is so cool and this is so weird. I'm actually looking over the, this is so screwy. I'm actually looking this up in the original gameplay stuff here, and I'm actually reading it here. Well, first off, folks, yes, you saw earlier Hideo Kojima on his Twitter. Game creator, 70% of my body is made of movies. He is not kidding around. He loves him movies. He's a cinephile.
Yes, he
the
does.
way I am.
He's a film buff.
He's more like he's a storytelling buff. Now, dig this. This is so weird about it. The MSX2 version requires the use of a tape drive, such as the Sony Bitcorder, in order to save and load game progress from checkpoints. That is so bizarre. That is how ancient this shit is, folks. Actual data tapes. As in, if any of you guys are old enough, are either old enough to have held video cassettes and like audio cassette tapes for sound, they made data tapes, as in actual, like instead of writing music or sounds on it, this was how data was stored, and that's how they engineered it into being freaking like actual tape drives, which is so bizarre to me. It is
back in the heyday. Literally everything was on a VCR tape, even the data.
Let's see here. Special Snowflake is saying my age goes as far as VCRs and memory cards. Okay, yeah, well,
You know
VCRs.
what? Good, you remember.
That's fine.
Yeah, then you remember this ancient, horrifying glory of this was like the wave of the future. If like first started using data tapes in 1951, the capacity for it, for the very first model, was 224 kilobytes.
Wow. In case you're wondering, a single byte is the equivalent of a letter or a period in a sentence. Well, how many bytes is a kilobyte? 100?
Yes. No, 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was less space in one of those beginning tapes as there were letters and words in your like school essay.
It's so freaking ratchet over here.
Now, we're not dunking on it. For its time, it was a rather revolutionary concept. The idea to put tape in there meant that they could save space on a lot of stuff, but it also means that you were shackled to its limitations.
They're still making data tapes to this day. The latest tech version of it is called an LTO, linear tape open, which can hold 18 terabytes.
Now that is a very impressive number by comparison. It's kind of funny. I thought that the technology would have just fallen out of favor with hard drives and hard
That
disks.
is so weird, isn't it?
Why are they still making them? Do they hold some sort of advantage compared to the usual storage technology?
I got no freaking clue. I have no freaking clue. It is so. Oh, well, it's just the type of technology that was developed for using the data tapes for terabytes on there. Oh my god, that is so creepy. It is so weird. Is it weird?
To be fair, not at all. For the or not, it would not be the first time that certain technology simply works for alternate purposes. For example, do you know that apparently, you know how people like to collect old school vintage game consoles, right?
Yeah, like the Atari, the Commodore 64, friggin' the original NES, the Famicom as it was called in Japan, right?
Yeah, well, get this. Apparently, some of the most ardent collectors of PlayStation 1s are not gamers.
Really? What are they?
Music
Since this is
love the PlayStation 1.
Hold on, who?
Music buffs. Turns out that the PlayStation 1's CD sound system is amazing even by today's technologically advanced standards. So getting yourself a PlayStation 1 and modding it to play mostly music CDs gives you as much quality as, I guess the best way to describe it would be, imagine a vinyl player as compared to the usual stuff that we have.
Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, well, since this is like tangential to like the technology of video games and stuff in the Metal Gear franchise, the PS1. Yeah, I remember that it used like our cousins used to use their PS1 when they were kids as a CD player, and they would play it and jam out in their room and shit.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about the PS1.
Turns out they had something going there. The PlayStation 1's sound CD system is genuinely amazing.
So holy shit, how about that? Which explains why the like the sound fidelity when they decided to go when Konami went to Kojima Productions and said, "Hey, you remember that tactical spy thingy you guys used to do? You mean Metal Gear?
Let's do it again."
Really? You guys want me, Hideo Kojima, a guy who's 70% movies, to make a new Metal Gear game for this new PlayStation console thing you guys are whipping up? You sure?
When you think about it, it makes
You
sense.
sure about that? You sure you want me on this?
Yes, you have been chosen.
Guess what? You're mistaken. You have been chosen. Okay, so I'm gonna need you guys to give me like 3 times the actual budget you're giving me here on paper, because I'm gonna burn through all that shit in 3 weeks flat. Secondly, I'm going to need a shit ton of Legos. I kid you not. During the production of Metal Gear Solid, the way they laid out the actual stages, folks, I kid you not, they used Lego sets in order to build by blocks, because they're figuring, okay, we're going 3D, we're going to be using polygons, what's the simplest tool that we could use to help map out our levels? Legos! Fucking actual Legos!
And it makes perfect sense when you think about it. The fact that they actually had to put less enemies, because when you think about it, Metal Gear 1 doesn't really have that many enemies. Aside from the bosses, the amount of enemies you could have in every section of the island was actually rather limited. And that meant a lot less memory usage, which means a lot more memory usage for environmental design. Remember, a model that moves and has an AI that reacts to the player character is a hell of a lot harder to code and program with than just put a wall here. As a result, not only did we get a game that pushed the limits of what we could do with the graphic limits of the PS1, we got some of the most beautifully designed stages for that generation. People still hold PlayStation 1's Metal Gear Solid as an example of just how far you can push the console to get some beautiful, beautiful graphics. Obviously, they look outdated for today's standard, but for their time, that shit blew our minds. Forget Final Fantasy VII. Metal Gear Solid was the one that made people go, "Oh my god, graphics!"
It was so wild as hell. I'm over here actually looking at this video here from someone who put up, this is in 2015, they called a Nintendo memo, showing exactly how they did this. I'm actually trying to see if I could find better video quality, but no, that's the best quality because this is on VHS in 1996. So you guys are going to have to take it for what it's worth. So I see Special Snowflake says, forget buying radios. I'll just pull my dusty-ass PS1 sitting somewhere in my back closet. Okay, and
I'm
so you guys actually
you
have the clip of what I'm talking about here. I actually sent you sent everyone on the chat the YouTube link for an actual did you know that Hideo Kojima built Metal Gear Solid using Legos? I'm not going to try to take their content
in a cave with a box of scraps.
But if you guys could see this here, someone actually took a little. Someone in his team actually took a little mini camera, like a little security camera. They put it up against a built tray of Lego set as their stage. So we weren't freaking kidding around. This was in the budget. This is the crazy shit that Kojima does in order to create video games. Now, this is back in 1996, 1997, when he was actually trying to make this stuff for the PlayStation 1. Technological limitations did apply. So, this...
But still, kudos to him for thinking outside the box.
Or thinking inside the box. Thinking inside the cardboard box.
Cardboard box. Now, obviously, graphics-wise is not the only thing that impressed. The point in case is the fact that these games resulted in some extraordinary remakings to the idea of how video games could be done. It was also the one thing that solidified his reputation as, oh shit, the wacky man is here, wacky Japanese things are happening. Wait, why is he making all the money? What the fuck is where is all this money coming from? Holy shit!
Contrary, Angel. That little point in Hideo Kojima's legacy came about when he came up with the second installment of the Metal Gear Solid series. Technically speaking, the fourth installment of the Metal Gear franchise.
Ah, yes.
Which is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
Oh boy.
This is where it gets complicated. See, for its time, it was actually a rather extraordinary shift. Because not only this it resulted in one of the most controversial characters in the franchise, the other Jack, aka Raiden, aka the lame man that became the coolest man in the world, but it also once again showed that Kojima was not happy with just giving us good gameplay. He was willing to blow our minds with a story that, let's be honest, the majority of people were not ready for at the time. There is a reason the game was very controversial when it came out.
You could say, Angel, and I know that this little phrase is something that has ground your teeth down to scintillating powder in your mouth, that with the release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Hideo Kojima subverted expectations.
You know what? That doesn't even piss me off, because that's one of the times that is actually 100% correct. Everybody was expecting pretty much exactly what they got before. Everybody expected another Metal Gear Solid game, and they got it, but this time he decided that it was time to flex his narrative muscles. And he came out with a rather postmodern story that somehow, almost or more than 20 years later, it's still incredibly relevant to today's politics and socioeconomic climate in general. Also memes.
Actually, yes, memes. Holy shit.
Memes. You boys like memes?
I like my memes. But
also,
I like seeing Raiden freak out and having a fucking existential crisis.
Well, that's true. But
as a matter of fact,
let's not forget, the reason why he decided to make the switch from Snake to Raiden is because, I don't know who, I think it was a fan or like one of his kids literally said, I don't want to play as an old guy. And he just goes, okay then, Raiden time.
I'm going to make you play. In that case, I'm going to have you play as a sexy Bishonen, white-haired Bishi boy who hits the keto diet a little too hard for his own good. And by which I mean he replaced all his blood with nanomachine blood. Smart blood, if you would. By the way, Angel, you're going to need to sit down and watch the last couple of James Bond movies with me. I can tell you right now, No Time to Die, best Metal Gear Solid movie you'll ever see.
Damn. That's a surprise. That is
how ironic that you referenced that, considering that in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
We'll get to Snake Eater.
In one of the codex, I think it was either Agent Zero or
it was Major Zero.
Name?
The British.
Yeah, it was Agent Zero who referenced From Russia with Love.
Major Zero, and yes.
That was very clearly intentional, considering the themes that surround Metal Gear 3. But we'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that in a moment. Right now, we're getting into the memes. Especially this meme. Kojima warned us all. He warned us of the coming... I'm literally on the knowyourmeme.com page of... the Gamergate. Kojima warned us. Kojima warned you. You're being silly, Jack. What we propose to do is not control content, but to create context. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems. Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them, growing into the growing cesspool of society at large. The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right. Yeah. No, and with this freaking deep-fried photo of Hideo Kojima next to us with the superimposed words, I warned you. He warned us of the military cyberpunk future we live in now. He warned us that if we got too absorbed in our own little in-groups, in our own little in-crowds and ideas of what we think should be the world, instead of actually coming to a large community and coming to a consensus, that we're just going to wind up invalidating each other and ourselves and making this weird fucking dystopia of cancel culture and political correctness and all this crazy bullshit that we've got going on that's driving everybody up the goddamn wall, especially this B-turd over here, Angel, because he can't stand 5 seconds without having to go into some sort of a politically incorrect tirade. You don't believe me? Go ahead and take a look at his Twitter feed and then tell me who's the racist one. I'll take you a hint. It's not him! It's all of you! That's the meme, Jack!
Can you call it incorrect if it keeps proving right?
Politically incorrect. I mean you. Being politically incorrect for its own sake.
I know, it's great. Good for a laugh.
Oh, God.
I have given
Let
up on
Angel
the
have
world.
it, Juan.
I
At
only
this
exist
point-
for the memes. The fact that they keep proving me right is the best part of them all.
The worst
So
part,
yes,
the worst part is, folks, I know that this is all a psychological coping mechanism for this beautiful Cuban motherfucker, because he has to laugh at the ridiculousness of it all, because the only other option would be to cry. And Angel can't
smile,
cry.
though your heart is breaking. Smile, even if we're breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you will smile.
Is that from the fucking Joker movie?
No, it's from a song that was used in the Joker movie.
That was close. I need 2 seconds. You guys continue. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, okay, Angel, do we need to worry about you?
No.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. All I have to do is smile. So, as we know,
So getting
the
back
franchise
onto
itself,
the subject. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, that was quite a trip.
indeed, a very controversial one too, resulting in a lot of people complaining, a lot of really bad fan art being made, and Paul Riley became basically the butt monkey of the franchise for a very, very, very long time. Obviously, he would get them back later, but there were many, many years that pretty much people treated Dante the same way people treat Dante from DMC nowadays. Back in the days, he really got the hate-dom. In fact, it was one of the most serious cases of hate-dom that actually existed during that time. Once again, remember, he was not a bad character. He just had the misfortune of not being Snake.
Pretty much, but thankfully Hideo Kojima solved that problem 2 years later. Well, how does he solve it? By going all the way back to the past with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which was released in 2003.
That's right. As opposed to the usual highly futuristic services of the other games, where even the first game had quite a touch of futuristic shenanigans going on, this particular game took place in the past, specifically hearkening to the fears of the Cold War, the complications of the Russian and United States relationships, and the difficulties of the life of a soldier, and whether somebody who would be your friend once could be considered your enemy later. Playing the part of played by David Hayter once more. This time we played as the predecessor of Solid Snake, the legendary soldier, Bigger Snake.
You're close. Is that Bigger Snake?
Turgid, gigantic, erect, pulsating snake.
Oh no, Angel. I believe
No,
you mean
let
Naked
Angel try.
Snake.
I think he'll get
man
it right
who-
eventually.
The man who becomes the mad demon of outer heaven himself. Big
The
Boss.
one who would surpass the title of boss to become manager.
Actually, I believe there's a thing for that. Hang on. Give me a second. Where's the fucking thing? Where's the fucking thing? Ah, here it is. No. God damn it. It's not even here. Fucking hell, internet. You fail me again. You know
Damn
what?
it.
I've got... Actually, no. Here it is. Folks, when we say that this is about the memes, we mean it's about the memes. Ah, god damn it. This is just the template for it. Fuck you.
But I know which one you're talking about.
Yes.
Gentlemen, it is time to determine something to surpass the boss.
Yeah, all right,
Somebody
gentlemen,
writes,
we need a name for the
boss.
guy who killed the boss. Boss? Big
How about-
boss.
No way.
But gentlemen,
So, yes.
ladies,
Snake-
and esteemed non-binary genderly friends who are watching, I present to you basically the one big meme to encapsulate Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Folks, pull up a chair, pop in those earbuds, crank it up, and get ready to get rowdy. And I don't give a damn if we get dinged!
What a thrill
darkness
and silence through the night.
I think as long as we keep it playing in the background while we're talking, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get dinged.
Oh, we're gonna get dinged. I don't give a damn. Searching.
No. We're close to getting monetized, Wancho. Please.
It's okay. We're from the internet. We're here to help.
Those are the scariest words since we are from the government. We're
They leaned in hard on the James Bond shit with Snake Eater. They made a big, sexy, beautiful, jazzy intro theme song. Listen to this shit, folks. It is gold. It is stupid, liquid, ear-hole gold. Actually, or is it solid ear-hole gold? Or perhaps it's solidus. You know, neither solid nor liquid, a perfect synthesis.
Wancho.
Yes.
Not just that, but if you take a look at the opening video of Snake Eater itself, the visual transitions look similar to what you would see in a James Bond movie.
You mean like this? I'm showing everyone on freaking YouTube right now. If you guys want to see it, here's this person's link. We're gonna freaking put that on the chat too. I want everyone to enjoy this crazy madness.
Of course. But yes, Snake Eater follows the story of Big Boss, or at the time, he was called Naked Snake, after being betrayed by his mentor. I won't spoil everything, but this basically follows the story of how he became Big Boss, how he had to battle through the trials and tribulations during the height of the Cold War.
Yes, and this also explains how he would take his first steps towards becoming disillusioned towards the country he once fought for, and would eventually betray them to become the antagonist of the first Metal Gear game. This is not a spoiler, this is a well-known fact. The game itself had a surprisingly sentimental and very dramatic story, touching upon the themes of soldiers, camaraderie, what it means to have an enemy or a friend, and just how far somebody can go just to sacrifice for the sake of their country they care about, and how easily the soldiers, even legendary soldiers, can be used as puppets in the world of the most dangerous enemy, politics. Of course, that isn't to say that it was all story. It had an extraordinary amount of gameplay improvements, and fucking, like, software communications that, for lack of a better term, made even all the cool stuff of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 1 feel like a child's play. Hello?
Hang on.
Right.
Okay, no, you gotta respect the ending since we were talking over the rest of the song, but...
Good point.
Yeah, sorry, go on, by all means.
Oh yes, I wasn't exaggerating when I said that the game has some wizardly done when it came to, like, extreme detail. Kojima's excessive love for excessive detail is at full force in this franchise. Let me give you a little example. In Metal Gear Solid 2, there is a chance that you can knock over some glasses of drinks in a bar that is inside the ship that you're infiltrating. Guess what? Given enough time, the ice cubes can melt, and they do so in real time. It may seem like a small detail, but for somebody who is programming those games, that shit is a goddamn nightmare. And they went even further beyond than that with Metal Gear 3, programming all sorts of different reactions, methods, like abilities to defeat enemies, all the ways that the enemies will react to the ways that you defeat them, ways that would somehow reflect dozens of hours later in different effects, scenarios, and boss fights. It's genuinely insane the amount of detail that Kojima put in Metal Gear 3. Let me put it this way. Let me give you an example.
And just to get to the point of what Angel was talking about with the melting ice cubes in MGS2, I'm going to show you guys. I put the link up, and I'm going to show everyone here in real time. This is gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 2. Thank you, Haunter. He just shot an ice bucket in the bar. Now watch the ice cubes. It's going to take a minute, but watch carefully. You're going to love this shit. This was PlayStation 2 graphics, folks. Okay, so he fucking pops some, but you see the rest are starting to shrink down a little. It is so ratchet. This is ridiculous, and for PlayStation 2, which, by the way, this was one of the first games that was made for the PS2, for this kind of attention to detail, that was, like, just it's absolutely redonkulous. Look at it, this literally, like, melting. This is not the first
time he did that. Have we so quickly forgotten Metal Gear 1's Psychomantis?
Which ones?
Psychomantis.
Oh, yes, Psychomantis. Oh! Yeah. Wait till we get... shall we go ahead and get into fucking Psychomantis? By all means, yes. Go ahead. Yeah, because we kind of skipped over that. It's a little important.
Right.
It's kind of an important, nice detail. But go ahead, by all means, please.
Right. So, just to emphasize how ridiculous Kojima's obsession with detail is, there's a particular boss in the first game called Psychomantis, who claims that he has psychic powers. And this is where Kojima decides to start fucking around with the player, because Kojima loves reminding everybody that he knows where the fourth wall is. Psychomantis is a boss that not only can actually mess with you with the controllers. During the boss fights, he'll try to fool you to thinking your TV disconnected. During the beginning of the fight, well, right before the fight starts, he demands that you put your controller down, and if you do, he will automatically activate its vibrate function. For its time, that was insane. Later, he will also read your memory card. I was about to say credit card.
Credit card. Yeah, no. Psychomantis was starting NFTs back in 1998.
Oh God, no! So anyway,
the greatest evil.
He will read your credit card and he will
credit
mention
card.
any
You did it again,
Konami
Angel.
titles that you have, like Contra or Castlevania, and even other titles like Mario Sunshine or something of the sort. Also, he will comment on your saving habits. If you save a lot, he'll accuse you of being paranoid. If you don't save enough, he'll accuse you of being complacent.
I'm actually playing footage of MGS1 right now. It's like, or perhaps I should say your past. You're a very methodical man. The type that always kicks his tires before he leaves. You are a highly skilled warrior. Well suited to this stealth mission. You are extremely careful of traps. You are either very cautious or you're a coward.
Yeah, he talks shit to you, depending on how your saving goes.
Now I'll lead more deeply into your soul. I can see into your mind. You like Suikoden?
He mentioned Suikoden.
So you like Azure
Dreams?
So you like Castlevania, don't you? You enjoy role-playing games.
About it. It's gonna be totally sick.
I see that you enjoy Konami games. Fucking.
Yeah, that is.
You have not saved
gotta
often. You are somewhat reckless. I can read you like an open book. You still don't believe me. I will show you my psychokinetic power. Plant your controller on the floor. Put it down as flat as you can. That's good. Now, I will move your controller by the power of my will alone. And in this fucking moment, he would trigger the vibration function of the PS1 controller to make it move on the ground. What do you think now?
For its time, that was a genuinely extraordinary bit of genius. And it fucked with the player. Like, can you imagine playing any other PlayStation game, then you play this one, and all of a sudden one of the bosses starts messing with you personally? That was insane for its time.
Oh, you think that was insane?
Definitely. Now, that being said, with the success of Snake Eater, getting back to that topic, fans loved it. It was such a great game and introduced new gaming dynamics, and it opened us up to the storylines of Big Boss and all the other characters surrounding him.
It also set up the franchise for everything that would follow right after.
Now, that being said, a couple of years later, Angel, what is the general consensus of Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes that was released for the Nintendo
Oh, the
GameCube?
Twin Snakes! You mean the one we've got here? You don't believe that, bitches? I got this
Now
shit.
that was an interesting one. Basically, given the chance to remake the first game for the technological power of the PlayStation 2, Kojima decided that he was going to be a little fucking crazy. And he proceeded to go full cheese. The game's story is more or less exactly the same as it is before, but somehow it's even more fantastic. The dialogue is even more over the top, and the cutscenes are insane. Snake goes from stealth soldier to fucking Captain America with a headband. The amount of crazy shit he does during the cutscenes alone feels more in place with a Devil May Cry game than a stealth title. It's very clear that Kojima-san is having fun. For what I understand, the reception to the game was overall positive. However, it suffered from a slight problem. Though I wouldn't go as far as to call it a problem, but it was more of more of an inconvenience. One of the reasons why the difficulty of the first game is because you were stuck in over-the-top camera. You couldn't see the entire screen at once, so you had to be careful and plan your movements. Twin Snakes introduced the aiming systems of Metal Gear 2, which allow you to switch to first-person mode. And in a game designed like Metal Gear 1, that aiming system broke the difficulty right in half.
Sound Mind is on the chat. Hello, Sound Mind. And yes, Special Snowflake, you're right. I did have the Twin Snakes set aside for this exact moment. Sound Mind was saying MGS3 was their personal favorite. They said too bad for Silicon Knights. You see, here's what's up, folks. The Twin Snakes, which is a remake of MGS1, that was produced primarily by a different studio called Silicon Knights. It was outsourced by Kojima Productions. Hideo Kojima still produced the game, but all the cinematics were directed by like a big Japanese like action wire fu fucking film director.
That explains so much.
And what's crazy is that, if I'm not mistaken, Silicon Knights, didn't they also create Eternal Darkness?
That is correct. So they know a thing or two about going ham and over the top.
Yeah, even though, like, fun aside, I think
Eternal Darkness, Sandy's
Requiem. Revisit Metal Gear Solid 1 and come out with the Twin Snakes. Like, the reason why for all these crazy cutscenes of where Solid Snake is moving like Captain America is that he wanted to actually, like, illustrate that, Solid Snake is not just a regular soldier.
No, yeah, he's one of the best of the best. The man that would, in due time, be a better man than Big Boss.
Big Boss.
Well, yeah, no. The result was somewhat, I wouldn't call it negative, I would say slightly controversial.
Slightly controversial, you say? I'm over here, I've listened to this other team of YouTubers that they have their own podcast called The Kojima Frequency. And anytime the Twin Snakes gets brought up, they do not stop at just saying it was a mixed review game. They bury that shit to the ground, and these guys represent like a vast cross section of the Metal Gear fandom.
Well, I guess I'm wrong then.
No, it's like oh my god, this is so hamtastic. They still play it, they still enjoy it.
It's great.
I know that. I know you loved it. You're an absolute nutball, and so am I. But that's why we like it over here. Let me see. Too Human and going against Epic Games made their grace. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, that's what killed Silicon Knights.
I will give credit for this game. They did fix up the annoying voices from the old game of Dr. Naomi Hunter, Mei Ling, and
fixed up,
and Gray Fox.
Fixed up.
They did add a much better dubbing quality to it, I would say. I don't know for a fact that they got back many of the voice actors.
They got back the entire cast.
There you go.
They got back the entirety of the entire cast. The only difference is that it wasn't crappy because in the original Metal Gear Solid, Mei Ling and Naomi Hunter had different accents. Mei Ling had an Asian accent, and Naomi had a British accent. Like, she's like supposed to be like from Rhodesia or India or whatever, so she has like a tan, almost Middle Eastern / European complexion at the same time, but she had a British accent.
I'm glad they dropped it.
Well, there you go. Joey's racist against Asians.
No, I'm talking about the voices, dumbass. I'm not talking about
you jackasses.
That being said, though the dub has been fixed for the better, please remember, one of the reasons why the dub so bizarrely stereotypical in the first game is because Japanese to English dubbing is very, very strange. Like, you guys know how the early Resident Evil games have some straight up, like, fucking Speed Racer quality of dubbing?
Yep, I remember.
The reason for that is because the Japanese producers wanted it to sound like that. I'm not kidding. That's what they wanted.
They did it on purpose!
Yeah, because that's what they thought it should sound like. But they didn't understand that the English language has a much different inflection than the Japanese one. As a result, the direct translation sounds awkward at best and kind of fucked up at worst. Like,
kinda?
They sound like the stereotypes that you would see in 1940s cartoon.
fuck, you're right. That is terrifying.
No. But that being
yes,
said,
believe
I
me,
don't
it
care
was
what the
not for
haters.
evil intentions.
I don't care what the haters say, man. The Twin Snakes was a lot of fun. The updated graphics certainly made a lot of the fights in the game more watchable, I want to say.
To be fair, though, that's because we were spoiled. After we spent so much time with the fancy, new, and improved graphics with an X for the PlayStation 2, I mean, the second you get something like that, it's kind of hard to go back, you know?
Yeah, it does feel a little odd, but then again, we started with a 16-bit game where literally we're told that these pixel people are guys literally called like Boomerang Man and shit like that. I don't think so. But
true.
So that being said, I noticed that we're doing an awful lot of dancing around one particular game. I noticed that you jumped over to Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, Jose, instead of going in the chronological order.
I thought we
Well,
were
I'm
waiting
going
to
into
get
the order of when the video games were released.
Yeah.
Because I was over here thinking for a second that you were trying to avoid talking about Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots.
I wasn't
Songs of
avoiding
the
that. In
Songs of the
fact,
Patriots.
the Twin Snakes came out before Guns of the Patriots.
That is correct. Now, obviously, with the
I
advance...
was alright on track, Quancho. You don't get to call me out.
Yeah, I do. I'm the host of the show,
No.
and you're the
Let us-
owner of the channel, which means me calling you out is still your fault.
Let us steer back into the proper route into this insanity highway. As we know, the PlayStation 3 came around, and despite the complications of its extremely high price tag, it needed a killer app. It needed a good title. It needed something powerful. It needed something to move consoles and put asses in seats and empty entire Walmart shelves. Cue the Kojima-san decided that it was time to wrap up the entire thing. See, according to what we know, Kojima supposedly planned Metal Gear 2, with his somewhat ambiguous yet optimistic message, to be the ending of the franchise. Unfortunately, the producers at Konami decided that he needed to make more. This, by the way, will be the beginning of a long and difficult feud between Konami and Kojima, which would culminate years later with the complications of Metal Gear 5, but we'll get to that in a second. The point is, everybody, both fans and his bosses, were demanding that he gave them solid answers to all the ambiguous questions he left behind. So he decided, you know what? Fine. I'm going to answer all the questions, even the questions that you didn't want to answer. You want to know how many times Johnny shits himself a day? Guess what? You're going to find out.
Oh God, it was horrible because he really did say like, okay, he wanted to pass Metal Gear Solid 4 over to one of his employees. I forgot which was Shuya Murata, right?
I believe that was them.
And when folks are like, oh hey, Metal Gear Solid 4 is coming out. This is incredible. I can't wait to see what Hideo Kojima has next. Excuse me, guys. I'm afraid I won't be directing this time around. My esteemed colleague and longtime collaborator Shuya Murata will be taking the reign. No, we want a Hideo Kojima game. I appreciate it. Guys,
I'm pushing 50. Let me retire.
No, you better direct the next video game or we'll kill you. What?
And then he decided, fine.
Fine. I guess I'll make Metal Gear Solid 4 then. Jeez.
And
Fine,
then
I'll be
he made Metal Gear Solid 4.
Fine, but I'm complaining the whole time. No,
Seriously, if you take out all the gameplay and if you just make it nothing but cutscenes, you can actually get a fucking movie out of the video game.
As a matter of fact, you can. How many people have done like Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid 4, the movie? Let me see here. How many fucking ones are there on YouTube alone? Just to give everyone an idea. Let's see. All cutscenes, game movie. 9 hours, 5 minutes, 18 seconds. There's another 7 hours.
9 hours of cutscenes.
7 hours, 41 minutes, 22 seconds. There's another. Let's see here. 8 hours, 27 minutes, 52 seconds. Which, funny enough, all the writing scenes are only an hour and 7 minutes and 25 seconds, according to one person.
So there you have it. For better and for worse, Kojima decided that it was time to answer all of the goddamn questions. And by God, he will make you understand that he needed to answer all the questions.
Even the gross ones? Especially the
everything.
gross ones. By the way, these guys...
Resulted.
This guy over here at Futura Sound Productions he does all sorts of fantastic video game essays relating to Metal Gear Solid, as well as other videos. The latest thing that he put up, I shit you not, he did a cover of David Bowie's Diamond Dogs album, which was a major thematic inspiration to Metal Gear Solid 5, and he did a cover of it, updating a lot of the like Vietnam War political snippets that were in the original Diamond Dogs album with stuff on the War on Terror and MAGA shit.
Yes. Now, as it goes, Kojima decided that he really wanted to be the period. He wanted to be the ending of it. And everybody can agree, even the people that didn't like the game, that the parts where you're not being bogged down by 1,000,000,001 cutscenes are some of the best gameplay that the franchise ever had. This is no exaggeration. The sheer amount of detail that he put in all the ways that you could defeat opponents, all the ways that you could fight, all the ways that you could kick ass, take names, and be a badass are insane. Let me put it this way. This was one of the last games that had big, bulky, beautiful manuals. That's right, big manuals where you could see everything. And get this shit, the CQC section, it's a page that unfolds into 2 more pages. The amount of options that you have in this game are extraordinary. I am not exaggerating. There is genuinely a shit ton of ways you can play the game, but the parts that you're allowed to play it. The game finally brought a conclusion to the Sons of Big Boss saga, not only by making Snake so old that he basically had to retire at the end of this, whether he liked it or not, but essentially burying the entire plot with Ocelot and Liquid Snake and Big Boss and the Patriots and the fucking not Patriots and the Symbols and Zero and the Legacy. Everything that could possibly be addressed has been addressed, ending in one of the most beautiful and heart-rending fistfights I ever seen. You will cry seeing these 2 old men beat the fuck out of each other.
It was wonderful too, because like the fucking fight itself was like literally the game is over, the battle is fought, but you and I still have a score to settle, Snake.
We still gotta murder each other, old man.
And you have this big fight scene that ends with them fucking headbutting each other, and then just dropping to their knees, and they're just like, fuck, man. Then they have their fucking nanomachine ejection, and instead of taking and injecting themselves, they take it and inject each other.
It's like, and you see their health bars filled with their original names, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake.
It was so fucking ratchet, it was so beautiful, and so fantastic.
Yep.
A good way to cap off
the privilege of making everybody do a 180 when it came to writing. The moment he showed up as a suicidally badass and sacrificially angsty cyborg.
Yeah, Isaiah, you remember an hour ago when Angel was at death's door before we got the show started?
Yes.
Talking about Metal Gear gave him new life. Isaiah, have some life. Talk.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
No, I'm saying
I received an injection of nanomachines.
No, I'm
This
saying
was
I want
definitely a
Angel to
great
quit
story,
yammering for
and it
5 seconds to
definitely
give us Angel.
progressed a lot of the characters from the previous games. Like, we got to see a bit of a character development and transition of Raiden, since he turned into a Cyborg Ninja 2.0.
This would later lead to my favorite Metal Gear game.
We'll get to that in a bit. And then, of course, we also saw character development from Otacon, Naomi Hunter. Well, actually, yeah. I want to say character development with Naomi Hunter, depending on how you look at it. And everyone else. It's like I said, it's a good way to cap off solid.
What happened?
By character development,
something outrageous to go with the laughter. Go on.
By character development of Naomi Hunter, Zay, are you referring to the character development they have of her over here, or are you referring to the character development at the end of Act 3 when they're piloting the little Metal Gear Mark II, and you see a nice leggy shot of Naomi as they're getting away with Liquid Ocelot going up, looking up her skirt? Which character development were you referring to, buddy?
Answer?
Yes. Character development.
Hey, listen. Character development doesn't mean that it's not just it's not limited for just the good guys.
Yeah, come on, man. Juan, you're a director. You know the importance of adding proper plot and backstory to the narrative.
Well, considering that the mini boss squad of MGS4, the Beauty and the Beast Corps were legitimately and directly lifted from actual foreign supermodels.
Yeah!
All robotically fucking voice amplified by Fred Tatasori as they're riding around in mech robot suits trying to kill you.
Yes.
I suppose there's a lot of plot and
Yes.
twists and turns
Yes.
that happen.
See, I'm glad that we agree. I'm glad that we understand each other.
So I suppose that's, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. You know what? I get to be enough of a perv and enough of a hornball myself. I suppose it's okay to for my brothers here who are also red-blooded American males who happen to like ladies and bouncy boobly bits as well. I got no room to
Juan
complain.
understands.
I got no room to judge.
Juan is a good man. Juan understands.
I understand you, Jose. Know this. You're my baby brothers, and I understand you both. We're all perverts.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all perverts, but you're the only one that's broadcasting it through your electric sign on your blimp.
Yeah, I am. Do you have any idea how expensive that blimp is to rent? Why do you think we're not monetized on the Ravens flock? I keep tapping into your card, but you keep changing the pin on me. I need that blimp, Jose. I have to advertise how much of a boobly bouncy lovey man I actually am. Why won't you let me advertise, Jose? I'm everything that I'm advertising for myself in my personality advertising the channel. Come on, Joe. Help me out here.
How the fuck did we get from character development with characters from Metal Gear Solid 4 to this?
You
Boobies!
see, there's a very, very similar conversation between the psychology of the heterosexual man and the necessity to live the fantasy, enveloped by the idea of the military fantasy of being the great hero. There is two things in this world that the average man wants. Rather, two things that he dreams about. We want to die for something greater than ourselves, or we want to be told that we did a good job. Unfortunately, we live in a society where the former is far more likely than the later.
Sadly, yes.
Kojima said it, not me. I'm channeling his spirit right now.
He's still alive.
no,
You can't
I
channel
agree,
his spirit. You ain't a
He's a
Ouija
shaman.
board.
Oh my goodness! But nevertheless, yeah, Guns of the Patriots was definitely a freaking awesome story. And if you haven't cried in any of these emotional scenes in the story, you have no heart.
There is a soul in there somewhere.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I'm still trying to find yours. I don't know where the hell you put it.
I'll look around. Listen, when I moved, I left a lot of shit behind when I went back to Hudson. So maybe it's there. I'll tell you if I find it.
For real, though, with Metal Gear Solid 4 being put out, it was insanely divisive for a lot of reasons.
Yes.
Folks thought that it was too many cutscenes, not enough gameplay. They thought that Kojima crammed in too much of his avant-garde auteur shit into it. Some of the translations didn't make sense. The ending where Big Boss, who we thought we killed twice already, and we thought died a third time here, is somehow still miraculously alive. Basically to tell Solid Snake, who's been burnt, microwaved, shot at, stabbed in the shoulder, had to watch his surrogate birth mother die, had to kill his surrogate brother slash not brother slash wacky wahoo cowboy Russian man die.
Again.
Basically,
Also friend zoned by Meryl, but that's beside the point.
oh yeah, and watch Meryl, the one chick that he might have had a future with, get married to shits my pants Johnny Sasaki to basically have Big Boss show up and say, hey, buddy, you know all the pain, sacrifice, trials, and tribulations you went through? Guess what? I just outdid all of it, and I outdid all of it with even less effort. By the way, you're still gonna live. Go live a happy life. I'm proud of you because you're a good guy. I'll see you later. Big Boss, out!
Now I'm gonna die too.
Jesus, man. Oh
Yes,
my
no, there is no
God.
denying that the story became incredibly bloated with plot points I had to resolve. To the point that the game could have ended several times after the final boss fight, and it just felt like it kept on forever.
It
And
just kept
the
going.
game is the best way I can describe Metal Gear 4 is dizzying highs, crippling lows, and there is a lot of both to go around. So it gets a little difficult to decide. Even now, to this day, there's still people who are either very fervent to defend the lead or will call it the worst fucking thing Kojima's ever done.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know who the YouTuber is, but they released a 3-hour video, and I know Juan watches it religiously, which is literally called Metal Gear Solid 4 was a mistake. And he goes into a huge, crazy, detailed breakdown on picking apart everything on the video game.
For the record, I have to say this now. Number one, the guy's name is Steak Bentley because they put some respect on his name. All right, that's number one. That's the most important. Number two, for those of you guys who are actually interested and have 3.5 hours to kill or need some background music while you're doing house cleaning, there's the link to that video. Number three, this guy doesn't just shit on the game for the whole 3.5 hour long video. He does actually point out the stuff that he likes, the stuff that didn't work for him, and the stuff that he thought could have been done better. He actually encapsulates the entire game with this being, like, Metal Gear Solid 4 is the perfect 5 out of 10. Infinite love, infinite work, infinite dedication, and 0 in terms of execution. That's
I could see that as a fairly accurate criticism of the game.
That he basically said Kojima was trying to end the franchise back in Metal Gear Solid 2. He came back for the third one because folks want to have more Metal Gear, but they didn't like the weird techno avant-garde fucking postmodern meme-tastic societal warning from 2001. Let's go ahead and take it back. He's like, okay, fine, but I'm doing it my way. Okay, great, fantastic, you did great. Cool, so I'm done, right?
No.
About that. He's been trying to end it for years, and this is his way of saying, putting a fucking nail in the coffin, and then fucking Konami decides, nope, give me that crowbar, we're cramming that fucking nail right out. We're up in this shit. You got 3 more games to make for us.
Am I really going to defile this grave for money? Of course I am!
Wait, isn't that from fucking Gravity Falls?
No.
No, it's it's fucking Mr. Krabs, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh my god.
There was the discovery of some complications between Kojima and Konami, specifically the fact that he was not agreeing with their working methods, leading to a particularly nasty rumor that one of the producers was basically wasting company money on gambling shit.
Pachinko machines.
Of course. Ugh. All right. So timeline-wise, on the video game releases between Guns of the Patriots, following Guns of the Patriots, they also released a game for the PSP, which almost no one talks about. Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Am I right?
Ah, that's right. And that one was followed by the one that everyone likes to talk about: Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Translation: my favorite Metal Gear Solid game ever.
Really? That's your favorite? I thought you liked 3.
No, I like Peace Walker. Peace Walker is definitely my favorite.
But yeah, Peace Walker for the PSP envelops in the idea of how Big Boss began the creation of what would eventually become Militaire Sans Frontières. How he and his friend / companion of war, Kazuhira Miller, a.k.a. Man with the Cool Shades, a.k.a. Cass, a.k.a. Where Are My Goddamn Hamburgers, would eventually go on to create an organization of deadly and powerfully focused soldiers that would shake the very foundations of the history of this world.
Yep, it's really crazy. Like, they build the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker takes place 10 years after Snake Eater. So this is 1974, and disgusted by the events of Metal Gear Solid 3. Big Boss decides to fuck off to Colombia and build Militaire Sans Frontières, the Soldiers Without Borders, like his own to form a mercenary group. Miller decides, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get on this because this looks like a great business venture for the future. Imagine it, boss. War as a business. It'll be the greatest seller and will be at the top of the food chain.
That sounds crazy. Let's do it. Also, on the way there, they invent Calorie Mate, Doritos, and somehow Burger King.
Yeah.
No, Angel, that shit is in. Angel, that's an MGS5, dude. They only invent Calorie Mate.
Right, so somehow Big Boss invents a bunch of really weird foods, ends up in somehow bigger tragedy than ever before, and honestly, people just love the game. Obviously, it had more simplified controls to deal with the handheld matter, but the game itself played fantastically. The idea of recruiting enemy soldiers to your side to give you bonuses and sets was really well received, and the art style got changed a little bit to deal with the difficulties and limitations of the PSP software. Instead of fully rendered 3D cutscenes like they were expecting to do before, instead we got, well, it's a graphic novel, isn't it? It's a comic book.
Yeah, exactly. And
it was dope as fuck.
I know I know they came out with the HD versions later for future consoles like the Xbox 360 and for PS3.
Yeah, that was the HD edition. Let me see over here.
Which I did play, and I had the pleasure of saying that it plays fantastically.
And it features a great and powerful voice cast. Obviously, Mr. Hater, David Hayter. David Hayter. Juan, you shut the fuck up and don't you run me down. David Hayter returning as Big Boss. Christopher Randolph reprising the role of Otacon's, playing the role of Otacon's daddy. They also got Tara Strong, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
She voiced Paz, if I can recall.
Yes, she does.
And Steve Blum.
Who played
That's
Vladimir?
Right. He was
Vladimir
Ramon Galvez.
Hot coal man.
No. He was the other guy.
He was
a different guy.
Vladimir Zadornov.
Well, yeah, no.
With the freaking robot hand and the rocket piece. That was him.
Rocket piece.
I shit you not, folks. I shit you not. This character legitimately had like a Soviet robot hand, and he tried to launch it at Big Boss, and he shouts "Rocket Peace."
I like to use that in a video game sometime, or that sounds like a title for a porn movie, Rocket Peace.
Rocket Peace, baby. It's a story of a sexy Russian spy that is trying to seduce a beautiful American soldier, and now somehow it becomes a tragic love of, like, forbidden romance, and... Oh, fuck, I just described Metal Gear 3, sorry.
I'm sharing it here on the fucking, on the stream. Like, it's on fucking Reddit. I'm actually opening this because, like, what was Zadornov's thought process here? Rocket punch Big Boss to death? Also, he can't shoot for shit.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was dying when he did that attack, but still. Come on, man.
At least he could have made a peace symbol before launching his hand, so
he
could
did.
At least poke the eyes out of Big Boss.
He did, Jose. Do you not remember? Here, let me refresh your memory here too, buddy. Here, let me just here, rocket piece. It's as stupid as it sounds. It's a robotic prosthetic hand because the Soviets, according to Metal Gear Solid history, the Soviets developed robotics technology way in advance before the Americans did because communistas and all that shit.
All right, you can stop sharing.
Meow. Okay, I'll actually stop sharing it for you. But the point is, he legit just was like, I'm gonna fucking die, so I'm just gonna fucking try to, like you said, as they poke his eyes out with my rocket piece.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh shit.
He's already dead. What the hell is the worst that could happen to him?
Hey, say what you want about him, but he went down fighting, even though it wasn't really much of a fight.
It was a wasted effort. He wasted his rocket piece.
Also, I gotta give prop to the game for allowing me to use some ridiculous fucking weapons. Fun fact, do you know that they had a collaboration with Monster Hunter?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I showed my kid the cutscenes of where, like, okay, one of the characters you meet in Peace Walker is a boy named Chico who swears up and down he's seen unidentified giant monsters, right? Like Bigfoot and the Colibri and all that shit.
The Basilisco.
Right? So he's like, hey, there's a remote island off of Costa Rica here where the game takes place where all sorts of monsters can be found. I bet you can find them, boss. You run into a palico.
Yeah.
And the palico takes you around and you go monster hunting. And one of the monsters is an organic dinosaur version looking thing of Metal Gear Rex called Gear Rex.
Yeah.
Get it?
I did.
I was about to
Rex
say,
means
if
king,
y'all don't believe
king of the
me,
gears.
I hope y'all motherfuckers believe me, folks, over on YouTube land. If you don't believe me, take a look at this shit. Gear Rex. It has, like, big protruding horns to make it look like, what's his face, like Metal Gear Rex. It has an extra tail on the side where it shoots like a acid laser fire thing. And it's got these tiny little arms over here. It's supposed to be Metal Gear Rex, but in monster form.
It has a tail on his back that represents the railgun, and the big blob of red is apparently like a blood pustule that increases the pressure, allowing him to shoot blood, like a railgun.
Gross.
And yes, the parts that you get from the monsters by defeating them, you can use them to create different weapons and tools for your base. Also, it has the most ridiculous fucking weapon in the entire franchise, and that's saying something. It's literally a human slingshot. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god, look at this. Like, okay.
You can take out a tank with it.
Like, here's the actual history on it in the Metal Gear Wiki. Like, Gear Rex was created due to mutations from nuclear test sites. Because the mutations... So, Godzilla reference.
Yeah,
obviously.
Godzilla reference.
Bringing it full circle because the roaring mechanical sound of Metal Gear Rex in the first game is a shout out to Godzilla. So, full circle.
That's cool.
Because of the mutations, Gear Rex developed a protuberance resembling a gun turret, and as well as a highly acidic and corrosive mucus that is capable of melting absolutely anything it comes into contact with. However, the mucus can be reverse engineered to form a highly flexible and sticky substance. When creating the substance, its bodily fluids are turned into a purified form via filtering them, which results in it becoming extremely concentrated. Further distillation of the filtered bodily fluids from Gear Rex will increase the concentrated state to devastating levels. It is also capable of ejecting the spines on its side of its head, and its roar can vibrate the spines, causing them to shatter, which is effective in stunning its prey. Go my fucking lord.
The amount of lore they put for a fight that you do like a few times only. And you don't even have to go to your way. This is like an in-game weapon that you do after you beat most of the missions. If you're using this, there is no difficulty for you to pursue.
Exactly. Sophie is asking, why does that thing look like a hybrid of a Shrieker and an ass blaster from Tremors? Because it is!
Because it is, yeah. Unfortunately,
but now let's go ahead and skip ahead a few years later after the release of Peace Walker. In 2014, Kojima came out with another awesome game called Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
I apologize for the inconvenience, gentlemen, but it is getting a bit late for me, and this is the part where I have to clock out. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Angel. We don't have lives. You apparently do. Man,
yes,
working
it's
stiff
called
and all
my
that.
9 to 5. Thank you so much for having me here, and thank you to our beloved listeners for taking the time to listen to me rave and rant about Metal Gear. I hope that you'll stick around and listen to Juan and to Joe to talk the rest of the matter off for me. Thank you kindly for your time.
Alright, legitimately, Angel, we're going to miss you over here at MetroCon. We know you're not going to be with us. You're out on vacation. We will see you next week for more Los Amigos Play, right?
Damn right you will. Please join us next week for the continuing adventures of the drunken man known as Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Take good care now. I'll see you guys later.
See you later, man.
Alright, so as Jose was saying over here, we got Metal Gear Solid 5, or rather Metal Gear Solid V Ground Zeroes. You see, here's what's up. The history of the development of MGS5 was tumultuous to say the least. Hideo Kojima basically decided, okay, no, I'm done. I need to stop. This is going too far. I've got to stop with the franchise. Also, I'm trying to develop a brand new video game engine in order to help develop stuff for Konami and in order to make next generation video games load better and work better for us. And with that, he decided to have a 3-chapter story for his grand finale of MGS-V. So as in like Roman numeral 5, or V for vengeance, or venom, perhaps? We don't know. But in any case, Konami basically decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and take this first chapter you came up with called Ground Zeroes. We're going to take that game, and we're going to sell that separate. All right, that's going to be... That's going to be your prequel. That's going to be your preview of the Fox engine, what people can expect in the Phantom Pain, what they can expect in the rest of the game. Kojima's like, you guys think I'm burning too much money? Really? Do you have any idea how expensive you are, Kojima? When we first met you, you gave us stuff on Legos. Now we've got motion capture and you want Kiefer Sutherland in this shit? Do you know how expensive Kiefer Sutherland is? We have to pay him to keep him sober. Do you know how expensive it is to keep Kiefer Sutherland sober? Sounds like a you guys problem.
He's the guy that fights terrorists in 24. He is fucking expensive.
Oh my lord. So, as far as Ground Zeroes goes, this is where we take the turn of the prequel stories of Big Boss and his adventure of him becoming Big Boss, and this is where shit goes dark. As in, super dark. The year is 1975. It turns out that Paz, the little girl who you thought you were helping, who turned out to be an enemy spy for what became the Patriots organization, she's still alive. And it's up to you to get her, because she's being held, I shit you not, in Guantanamo Bay. You guys know what Guantanamo Bay is now. Imagine back in 1975 what a fucking dirt hole, godless mess of a military installation black site it was back then.
All roads lead back to Cuba. Maybe it's a good thing that Angel hopped out around this time.
Yes, let's blame everything on the Cuban man who can't defend himself. But in all seriousness, this is where the story takes a very dark turn. At the same time as Snake goes off on this mission in order to retrieve Paz, in order to find out what she may have told Cypher, in order to protect MSF, a UN nuclear inspection team is coming to MSF's mother base, because there are rumors that he might have gotten his hands on a metal fucking gear. So the team hides the weapon that they have. They scrub the entire plant. They make sure that they put on a good show. But instead of being greeted by a UN inspection team, they're greeted by a squad of mercenary soldiers bent on destroying MSF. And they succeed.
Oh shit.
MSF is destroyed. Miller is left shattered. Paz ends up being blown up, and you, Big Boss, end up going down in an explosion with your chopper, and you go into a coma in which you lie in for 9 years. To be continued in The Phantom Pain. Holy fucking
man,
god.
Oh man, this was more of a transitional game. Like, while it did feature like a major turning point, like, yeah, no, the game plot is pretty short, isn't it?
Uh-huh. You get side-ups and you get like extra missions to play out, but the game itself is really short. Maybe only like 4 or 5 hours, tops.
Yeah, no, but it's definitely still worth buying if you want to complete the entire collection of the entire story of Big Boss. Like, then yes, we do recommend that you get Ground Zeroes if you still have any of the older consoles, because I don't think Ground Zeroes is available for any of the future consoles, not for the PS4, not for the Xbox One, correct?
I'm pretty sure it's not. It's available for PS4. I can double check.
Yeah, go right ahead. But yeah, no, this was, oh man,
yeah,
this was dark. This was really fucking
PS4,
dark.
Xbox One, Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360. Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Then yes, we do recommend that you get your hands on Ground Zeroes if you want to complete the entire story collection of Big Boss.
Oh, it's not complete yet, Jose. You're missing a chapter. You're missing the final chapter. You're missing Metal Gear Solid
We're getting there.
V, The Phantom Pain.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So as Juan pointed out, 9 years after the events of Ground Zeroes, Snake
No,
wakes
not Solid
up.
Snake, Big Boss.
No, I know. I caught myself there. Snake. I'm just saying, Snake wakes up from his coma, and he's in a freaking hospital or whatever the fuck. And he is. I like how they showed how he was waking up. He was losing his shit because he didn't know what the fuck was happening.
You see, he lost an arm in the explosion. He had 108 pieces of shrapnel embedded into his body, including a horn-shaped shrapnel on his head. And what's more, as one person who helped him escape says, "Good news, you're in the land of the living. Bad news, the whole world wants you dead." And I believe we ought to let Madame Donna Burke, who steals my heart every fucking time and breaks it, help us out with this, Azay. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, okay. I mean,
What?
I thought we were
No,
going to
we're gonna
discuss
talk,
it, but yeah.
but at the same time, the theme song of MGSV, Sins of the Father, I have that playing in the background. Guys, you cannot begin to imagine the amount of production value that went into this fucking game. I love every second of it. If you guys don't believe me, here it is.
Oh yeah, and in this game, Snake only has one goal in mind. He wants a retribution. He wants retribution against the mercenaries that destroyed their base, that struck a huge blow to the MSF.
Yep. And this is where his new military outfit, Diamond Dogs, is born. You see what I mean? You remember what I mentioned earlier, guys?
Yeah. And we see some characters return into the game. We see a returning Ocelot, who's a much more seasoned
Veteran,
soldier.
mercenary.
A mercenary, yeah. It was a more seasoned mercenary as opposed to when he started in Snake Eater.
We have Miller return, who's been blinded. Okay, like I said, guys, this lady, Donna Burke, oh my god, fucking stealed my heart. I know you love it, Jose.
I do. I have much respect for any woman who can sing that well. But getting back into it, we got some returning characters of Ocelot, and we see not to go into huge spoilers, but we see a much younger Mantis. Before he became Psycho,
Yeah,
or was he always Psycho?
He was always Psycho.
Okay, never mind then.
He was always Psycho, and we see. Well, it's not really a spoiler. Come on, this game is 7 years old, Jose. We see young Liquid Snake, who goes by Eli, the White Mamba. We see this 12-year-old little shitling giving you all sorts of hell. It's fucking ridiculous.
Sounds like Liquid.
And the real madness takes hold as you unravel the plot of the Phantom Pain. On the one hand, you think, yeah, I'm gonna be big boss, I'm gonna take revenge, I'm gonna rebuild the base, I'm gonna have all these cool weapons and gadgets, and we're gonna take down the new Metal Gear that's being built by, I shit you not, a creepy, evil motherfucker. I mean, this guy is beyond evil. He is worse than Liquid, he's worse than Solidus, he's worse than Ocelot. This guy wanted to kill the whole world over all this, over all the madness that has been going on, and talking about the man who sent you in your coma, the man who is orchestrating a coup against the entire world, the Patriots, Big Boss, everyone. This motherfucker goes by the name of Skullface.
Oh yes, holy
This
shit!
freaking grape. This fucking
Big Boss met his match.
And this guy, he doesn't use weaponry to defeat you. He uses words that kill. It's fucking great. And just this haunting visage of him. You too have known loss, and that loss torments you still. You hope hatred might someday replace the pain, but it never goes away. it makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanities won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide, and that's why I'll show you my demon. This fucking dude! Oh my god!
And who voices the character of Skullface?
He's voiced by James Horan, Jose.
James Warren.
No, Horan. Horan. Outside the Metal Gear series, Horan has worked on various TV programs. For instance, he voiced Star in the Kingdom Hearts video games. He voices Jack Ryder in Batman Arkham City, as well as Future Guy in Star Trek Enterprise. Oh shit, he voiced him. Oh shit. That was him?
I guess that was him.
Yeah, no, this guy has done crazy shit. So he's clearly got acting chops for days. And just the fact that he manages to disarm and defeats Naked Snake, Big Boss, in such a thorough way is absolutely batshit. Of course, you come out on top, but you don't come out with your hands clean, folks. You have to get dirty. You have to do some really creepy stuff. And yeah, no, they did a great job on the eyes of Skullface. Yeah, that's the only part that really kind of gets me with the guy. Let me pull up. And I actually want to share the screen with you, Jose, just to show the point they're making.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Over. Yeah. Take a close, good look there. Take a look at that, folks. Take a look at his eyes. Now that is like the technical achievement of Kojima Productions, of the team that he put together. This is all like just the minor details, and everything was rendered in engine for the Fox engine. Big Boss obviously comes out on top, like I said in the game. You see it, Joe?
Yeah. That's pretty hideous, man.
Wild, huh?
Yeah.
Inside and out. That just shows how much of a motherfucker what's-his-face, Skullface really is. You don't gotta worry about, like, sleeping for any period of time if you see that, because you're not going to sleep. And it's not, like, physically imposing, like we said. He defeats you with his idea and his words and shit. He's got the playability of the Phantom Pain is really what sets it apart from the other Metal Gear games. The other Metal Gear games, you have a solid line, a solid objective, and you have very specific ways that you have to play it out. But in Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain, you have open world playability. You have multiple ways to skin a cat, to cut a turkey, to play the game to succeed in a mission. You can go stealth, you can go full ham guns akimbo, you can be tricky and do subversive shit with the guards and all that shit. Fucking great. However, that story does not have a happy ending. You become the mad demon of outer heaven, the great villain that the player of the original MSX Metal Gear has to kill in order to win. And Special Snowflake says here, oof, he looks like something I should be popping with my Chicago typewriter, popping with my, in Resident Evil. Yeah, no shit. It does look Freddy Krueger-ish almost.
Definitely. Now, Wancho, we should not spoil the twist, because I want this...
It's 7 years old,
like, if they... No, Wancho, no, not everyone knows, because not everyone plays the damn game.
You're right, everyone, go play Metal Gear now! All of the Metal Gear! Because I'm pretty sure by the time you're done listening to us, you're going to forget half the shit we said. But I digress. The actual story of the development of MGSV was nuts, to say the least. Kojima went over budget like crazy. Konami was getting really pissed off with him, and there were creative differences with how they wanted him to deal with the game, including the online playing, where they wanted him to include DLC shit and microtransaction shit, which was something that he was adamantly opposed to. And this led to a fallout that had Konami and Kojima part ways right before MGSV, the Phantom Pain, came out. They took his name off of the fucking labels, off of all the promotion. They took his name off of everything. They kept the Fox engine that his team developed, because it's a property of Konami. And with that, Konami basically cemented themselves as the fucking bad guys in this story, because they were more interested in the bottom line and in making money than letting Kojima tell his story.
It's truly an indictment onto Konami as far as this is concerned, because Kojima, like you said, Kojima's just wanting to put on a really great game, being faithful to the fans, and Konami was basically trying to cock block him at every turn.
No, the word they were trying to cock block him was they were trying to squeeze out every red cent they possibly can, because they're a big multinational corporation. They got to put profits ahead of everything else, which is fucking stupid, which is why I do my best not to give Konami as much of my money as I can. Speaking of which, I do still purchase Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards, but the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards I purchase may not necessarily reflect the enormity of my collection. I'll just leave it at that.
But that being said, that doesn't mean that Hideo Kojima went to a downward spiral after his departure from Konami. He certainly moved on. Since then, he's moved on to other awesome projects.
Actually, just one awesome project that he's been up to, that he's been tweaking little by little. That, of course, being Death Stranding. Which gave us the memes of Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus, which gave us this cool... I actually want to look up this photo. Give me 5 seconds. Well, not literally 5 seconds.
Go right ahead. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Death Stranding came out in 2016, am I right?
No. Not 2016.
No. Death Stranding didn't come out in 2016. We just heard of news.
2019.
No, let me finish. We heard of news that he was developing Death Stranding in 2016.
That is correct. And then 2017 and 18, we got yearly trailers and teasers and stuff. And then finally 2019 was when Death Stranding came out. Like I said, which gave us stuff like this awesome photo of Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, and Hideo Kojima all just smoking weed outside of their fucking office.
Yeah! Hell yeah.
Oh,
that's awesome.
If this doesn't just scream, I'm a fucking rock star energy, I don't know what does. My ear's itching. But no, legitimately, guys. The game itself...
No, definitely.
Look at this shit. You got... these are production photos. There's Norman Reedus having sushi while they're dotting on motion capture on him. He's like, hey guys, check this out. See, legitimately, Kojima actually directed the motion capture of the game. Okay, okay, here we go. That was an ad. You see Kojima, he's directing Mads Mikkelsen here as he's got the motion capture rig. He's like, okay, here's the thing. And this was a technical achievement unlike any other. Oh god, this fucking photo. Actually, I want to share this photo with you just so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Kojima-san! Kojima-san!
Oh my goodness.
It's a circle of memes!
Is this how memes are born?
Yes, this is how memes are born. Let me see here.
All right, stop sharing.
Okay, yeah. Special Snowflake saying, let me see here. LOL, Juan. Okay, LOL, Juan. I've blown my entire paycheck in 1 week in just Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards, so it's okay. And Gene Rick is asking, I know it's off topic, but how many more watch hours do you guys need? How many more do we need? Let's say 900.
Yeah, we are almost there. We are almost to the watch hours that we need so that our channel can become monetized. And you can help us out with that, folks. There are several. We have so many videos in our library right now for all of our shows here on this channel. Go back and watch some of them. And if you know any friends, tell them about us as well. Have them like and subscribe to our channel.
And let them know of the beautiful nuggets of internet glory that we share as part of our retrospective of the Metal Gear franchise and Hideo Kojima. For instance, him holding up this goddamn baby doll. I promise no actual babies were harmed in the making of this motion picture video game.
Actually, Juan, this actually is what we're saying right now. Actually, does work as a clever segue because I wanted to transition into something around 2016, in the wake of the announcement of Death Stranding being developed. We, the Ravens Flock, also came out with a series of Let's Play videos in honor of Kojima months.
Yep, like we, in order to honor Hideo Kojima, in 2016, we decided we were going to go through the entire month of August, which is Kojima's birth month, right? Because he's awesome like that. Let me see here. And we decided to try to play as many Hideo Kojima or Kojima Productions games as we could throughout the month.
We started by playing Zone of the Enders 1, then we played Zone of the Enders the second runner, though we never got to finish that one. Then we also played briefly Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, the tanker mission specifically, Metal Gear Peace Walker briefly, and Snake Eater.
Yep. Let me see here. I'm actually pulling up our stuff from the Kojima month. Let me see here. I actually want to show folks the silly ass trailer we made. I hope you don't mind this, Joe.
Go right ahead, but that being said, I think we need to be careful in sharing any of those videos because it's been, number one, it's been years, and number two, I'm not sure if any of those videos got flagged for copyright.
It's our own video. We're fine.
Oh, I'm talking about the other videos in Kojima.
Oh no, I double checked all those. We're good.
Okay, cool. Yay!
Okay. So yeah, thank you for that, Gene Rick. Smash the like button. Yeah, this was the trailer for Kojima month that we made. Let me see here. Trailer there, there. I want you guys just to watch the stupidity and madness that we did, just to try to very flaccidly recreate the our version of the first Death Stranding trailer. We went to the beach. We grabbed as many of our Hideo Kojima video game cases. We weren't about to actually bring the discs out. Angel was wearing his Revengeance t-shirt of Raiden. He's cradling his PS2 his PS4 controller the same way Norman Reed is cradling the baby in the trailer. We even used the same music and same song and all this stuff. We did this all out of love for this trailer for Death Stranding, all to honor Hideo Kojima.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely worth the experience. If we ever get a chance to do Kojima month again, I would like to go back and revisit some of the games that we haven't finished.
Definitely. Let me take a look over here. I remember this. We had at the end over here. Yeah, August 2016. We put little goofy trailers, like goofy what's her face credits for everyone. Our old buddy Tyler. We put Tyler Holmes. We put him down as visual effects director. One of our other former castmates, we made her the Sand Manager, and Damus cosplay. We put them down as the Hopping Woman, as a gag that used to be putting in movie credits, and Weena Decatur as the Hopping Woman or whatever. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun.
Yep.
But yeah, folks, and yeah, like I said, that's just an example of many videos that we have in our collection. If you want to watch us play, if you really like awesome, super cool mechs, and if you're a fan of Kojima games, then yes, go back and watch our Kojima month Let's Play videos from 2016.
It is so dumb, and our our production quality has definitely upgraded since then. And we gotta say, we have to mention Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, even though it wasn't part of the main storyline. It was like the final spin-off, or like the final entry chronologically for the Metal Gear franchise. And of course, that's Angel's favorite, your favorite, my favorite, because you got to play as Raiden, and that originally was going to be like an interquel between Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, but they decided, you know what, we're going to move it over into the future, and we're going to take Raiden's story, and we're going to ramp it up to like 11. Kojima wasn't directing directly, but he did hand it over to Platinum Games in order to have them fix up a lot of the technical problems and have them focus on making this as slash-happy and crazy as possible while still having that Kojima-ness flair to it.
Oh yeah, and to their credit, they did a really good job with that. And as far as storyline goes, this definitely helped breathe like new life into Raiden. It saved Raiden's character.
It most assuredly did, and I know for a fact, since we're not giving a damn about like being copywritten or whatever, because like we're not monetized yet. Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
but we're on our way there, so we shouldn't poke the bear, should we?
I'm gonna poke the bear. Besides, I'm gonna play one of your favorites off of this. If I'm not mistaken. It's a remix of one of your favorites on this. Where is it? What's the name of the mix of there again? It's, let's see here. Where is it?
Which mix? What are you talking about?
Ha 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 ha.
Oh my goodness.
This is the crazy shit that Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance gave us.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. And yeah, no, even though Hideo Kojima is no longer involved with the Metal Gear Solid games, so far as we know,
the Metal Gear franchise is dead now because Metal Gear Survive killed it.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Well, the less we talk about that game, the better.
Exactly. It just shows what happens when you take the Metal Gear franchise away from Kojima and give it to Konami directly and see what happens with it. They turned it into a fucking travesty of microtransactions, loot boxing, and sandboxing bullshit that didn't do anything for the story.
It was a complete waste. It's definitely a game that deserves to be erased from memory.
That's why we don't mention Metal Gear Survive. But we are mentioning this because this fucking Metal Gear game was awesome, and it gave us this fucking music here. Because if there's one thing that Platinum Games is good for, it's exaggerative, hyper-violent action.
Absolutely.
I think we actually need to revisit it and replay Revengeance in person with each other, if only to give everyone that crack-headed excitement one last time. Or do you think we should play the Twin Snakes?
You know what? Screw the haters. Let's play the Twin Snakes.
Dibs! I call dibs! Fine. I'm usually the tech guy. I never get to play. I call dibs.
Oh, all right. Calm down. We know you call dibs, but that being said, even though Hideo Kojima is no longer involved with Konami, and even though Konami decided to end the franchise with a literal...
Oh, they didn't end it. They didn't decide to end it. You see, they still own the IP of Metal Gear Solid, but do you know what they're using it for? Would you like to know what they're using the beautiful intellectual property of the Metal Gear Solid franchise? Do you want to know what they're using it on?
What are they using it on?
Yes. You'll never guess.
NFTs.
Ooh, you are so close.
Oh, shit.
Pachinko machines. You see, Konami...
I was gonna guess Bitcoin, but yeah, no. Oh, God.
You see, Konami decided they wanted to go ahead and get as much bang for their buck. Konami decided they're going to try and get into a market that nobody asked for except for their Japanese audience, because apparently, gambling is not only a terrible addiction and it's something that people should really consider, but it's a great pastime in Japan, especially pachinko machines. So they decided, we're going to get in on that shit, and we're going to throw our freaking intellectual property fucking logos on every pachinko machine. I wish I were exaggerating. I wish.
No, I hear you, man. Oh my goodness. But I was gonna say, like, we still honor Hideo Kojima and his original work. Because without him, I don't think we'd be able to there would not be Metal Gear games. We wouldn't be able to enjoy this collection of awesome storytelling.
Yeah, no, if it weren't for him, we appreciate that. But then again, thanks to the efforts of Hideo Kojima, the glory of the Metal Gear franchise lives on in cheap, ridiculous, freaking cash grab, cynical bullshit like this. I wish I was exaggerating, folks. Like I said, a literal gambling machine that's themed after a snake eater. The graphics on it look awesome and they look incredible, and you get to see like graphics of the video game like updated to modern graphics here. So instead of it looking like PlayStation 2, this looks like PS5 levels of graphics. And it's wasted on a freaking gambling machine. Fucking hell, Konami! What the actual shit?
I was trying to have us end on. I was trying to wrap up on a good note by talking about Kojima.
I'm just simply saying here, as far as I'm concerned, Konami can suck a fuck. They can eat a bag of dicks. And Kojima, as weird and obtuse as he gets with all his love of movies and movie making, as much as that is, he is an awesome auteur and an awesome storyteller. But you've got to be able to hold the reins on him a little bit, otherwise he goes batshit, as we saw in Death Stranding. It was good batshit. It was crazy. It was fun, but it's still batshit crazy.
It was a batshit that came from a place of passion.
But, like you said, Jose, we have to remember the good that came with all this bad and all this pachinko. And that good is that the Metal Gear franchise imparted valuable lessons to us. Lessons about not being wrapped up in revenge, of what those paths would take you. Of remembering that people who you think are your enemies are just normal people. Maybe they think you're an enemy. Or maybe 10 years from now, they might be your best and closest friend. We don't know. Those sort of labels shouldn't permanently define you. Or how you should, there's more to life than just DNA, and that you must pass on more than just your genes. Or that how, even when you're at the end of your rope, how you have to trek on and you have to survive and pass on your victories and your defeats to the coming generations, in order to show them what you did right and what you did wrong, so that they can do better than you. These fucking memes, these fucking themes, along with awesome crazy action and memes of cardboard boxes and being played like a damn fiddle, and I need Scissor 61, and eating tree frogs, and inventing hamburgers using chemical additives. All that stuff was wrapped up in 35 years worth of video gaming that came from one dude working in Japan who may have had some daddy issues because his father passed away, resigned himself into wanting to make movies, and had to basically work around a hardware problem on a mediocre piece of machinery, and in doing so, gave birth to one of the biggest and most exciting and influential video game franchises the world has ever known. Metal Gear.
Hells yeah, man.
Metal Gear!
That was awesome. That was a great way to wrap it up, Juancho. Good job.
Thank you. You see, I know how to do shit, and you gave me the lead in, and you opened the door for me. You cracked it open, and then I just kicked it over. But thankfully, you moved your foot away just in time, so you're okay. You're just a little stunned that I kicked the door open. Sorry about that. I didn't realize you were showering.
Put it like that, I don't know how to take it.
Just take it as a compliment. We finished the show well. Jose, do you have anything we're going to be plugging for tomorrow night?
A couple of announcements to mention here. First of all, yes, because Angel will be away on vacation, and for our friends in Europe, he will be away on holiday. There will be no Los Amigos play this weekend, unfortunately. There will be a special live stream edition of the Ravens Flock.
Assuming we get signal. Remember,
we get signal, I think it would probably be best if we do it outside the con, in the great outdoors. You know, we could use a little sun. Juan.
Hell no! This shit's hot out here. I ain't going out in the sunlight, and our colors, our con t-shirts are black. I'm not gonna go out in the sun in that shit. I want to live. I choose life.
All right. Calm down. But let's go ahead and talk about the announcement. So yes, unfortunately, there will be no Los Amigos play this weekend. Los Amigos play will resume next Saturday on July 23rd at 5 p.m. Eastern at its normal time, and we will be continuing with Devil May Cry 4. As far as other shows goes, yes, tomorrow night. For our wrestling fans watching on the next edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, along with I will be reviewing the weekly shows of WWE NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, which includes this week's AEW Dynamite TV special. They're bringing back AEW Fyter Fest Night 1. And the main event for Fyter Fest Night 1 is a triple threat tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team titles, which features Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus Team Taz of Powerhouse Hobbs and the FTW champion Ricky Starks versus the reigning AEW World Tag Team champions, the Young Bucks.
Fuck the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I know. But trust me, after the review tomorrow night, you're going to be smiling in glee, Juan, okay? I guarantee it.
Oh, did they finally get set on fire, never to be seen again? I hope.
I'm not going to give spoilers.
Dang.
But that being said, and of course, and as far as other shows go, yes, we will be in attendance for MetroCon 2022 this weekend from July 15th to the 17th at the Downtown Tampa Convention Center in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be checking out a lot of shows. We're also going to be hosting a panel this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and our panel is going to be focused around the con life, the convention life during the pandemic. We're going to be sharing a lot of stories. We're going to be sharing a lot of details. We're not going to be timelining like the whole pandemic because that will take up the entire damn day.
And we'll only have an hour for the panel, so.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're there at MetroCon and if you've got time, like to come by, then yeah, check out our panel. It'll be at 5 p.m. and it'll be in panel rooms 105 and 106.
Yeah, 105, 106 is how they labeled it at the MetroCon website. I don't know why, because I double checked the panel rooms. I didn't see any panel room 105 and 106. I'm certain, like 97% certain, that they mean panel rooms 15 and 16. But I could still be mistaken. Maybe there is a friggin'.
No, you're fine. That's fine. But that being said, yeah, we're looking forward to a lot of fun times, and I think we do need to issue a disclaimer once again for the people in the back seats, Juancho.
Yep.
That for our attendees who are coming to MetroCon in state and out of state, yes, in the same weekend there will be another conference will be held in the same area as the con. The Marriott Waterside Hotel, that's right by the Tampa Convention Center, will be hosting a 4-day conference for the anti-LGBTQ organization.
Yeah, Moms for Liberty. How fucking ironic. Point is, avoid those psychos. Do not engage them, for the love of God.
Do not engage them. Do not provoke them. We are not the aggressors. We are just there for the weekend to enjoy the con and have a fun experience. However, if they engage at you and if they aggress you, then then you have to inform the con staff or inform the hotel staff or anyone in security immediately.
Right, exactly. Yes, please, for the love of crap, inform the staff. Let them know that if they try to get to you, let them know. Yeah, no, I called it. Yeah, it's who's it? What the heck? Am I reading this right? Did they? I think they just relabeled it that way. That's so weird.
I think they realized they made it. They did a typo, so they had to reword it. So it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's not a typo. Anyways. The convention center relabeled the freaking who's it's. I think they relabeled the actual.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
that.
No, like I can actually show you exactly what I mean because they.
No, you don't have to. I'll take your word for it. But never the one. Oh my goodness. Okay.
What I gotta show you? You see,
you don't have to.
Well, I wanted to. Like the first floor of the convention center. Ballrooms A, B, C, and D. That's the main hallway, and then down on the right, we're right past the bathrooms over there on the who's it's on the right side. So 115 and then 105 and 106 is gonna be across the hall from that. So we're gonna be at the panel rooms. You see it over here, Jose?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So we're gonna be tucked away in this spot for that panel. That's the miscellaneous panel room for the convention.
Okay, I get you. All right, get us off the screen, please. Thank you.
I did.
All right, and as far as that's concerned, I think that pretty much wraps things up. Juan, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
All right, Jose, I'm going to go ahead and clock you out over here. Thank you for joining us tonight, Joe. I will see you tomorrow night for Wrestle Rewind, and so will all of you, folks. Definitely check out Wrestle Rewind tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, okay?
All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you, Jose Casabona, for joining us. Thank you, Angel Mendez, for joining us earlier tonight. Clocking out a half an hour ago, but I'm still here and I'm done. I hope you guys understand. We got lives. I can't do this during the daytime because this is not my straight job. I hope it can be someday. But with you guys' help, it can. And not just for myself, but for Jose and for Angel, too. We want to be able to do this stuff full-time. We want to be able to go to cons full-time. We want to live stream for you guys. We want to be able to continue bringing you this content on this channel. So the way you can help out is by sharing this channel with everyone you know, by watching our videos, by helping us get monetized over here. And if you want to help support the Ravens flock in a direct, tangible way, you can do so very simply. We have our merch store, which I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right now, right here on the chat. So check out our merch store. It's at teespring.com/store/the Ravens flock here. And you can get all sorts of different merchandise that we've got designed. We designed it ourselves. Jose has been flexing his graphics muscles on this shit, so definitely do not let it go to waste. And since it's hot as hell out here, you guys definitely ought to consider checking out like our leggings for the ladies over here. We got yoga leggings for the ladies, and they're white. Instead of the black and white, we've got the instead of the black and white ones, we got white and black. You see what I mean here? And it's nominally priced. We try to keep this marked down as best can. And Teespring is also doing Afterpay now. So if you can't afford doing it right away, you can still get set up with payments with us through Afterpay. So you just pay 4 payments. For instance, these leggings. It's $40. We have to mark it that way, but you only have to pay $10 a month in order to pay it down. You get the leggings right away. Pretty badass. And we may have a discount code available for you guys, but I might not share that until tomorrow. Shh! Don't tell Jose. He doesn't know yet. But if you want to help support the Ravens flock a little more directly, if you're looking to burden yourself with merchandise, you're free to check out our Cash App. We have a Cash App here. Cash App. Our cash tag is the Ravens flock. If that's the only Cash App that we have, accept no substitutes, definitely take a look at it. You'll see it's under my name, Juan Arauz, but that's because I'm trying to keep Jose and Angel away from tax liabilities. But in any case, if you guys want to support us, that's how you can do it. Or if you want to support us monetarily. We appreciate everyone joining us tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap everything up over here. Thank you all very much for joining us on this week's edition of The Black Files, the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast hosted by me, Juan Arauz. Be sure to join us as we come to you live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or follow button and hit that notification bell to stay on top of all alerts. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of The Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock. For Jose Casabona and Angel Mendez, I am Juan Arauz. This has been The Black Files, and we